Hello and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. And welcome to another live stream of Resident Evil 7 on PS5. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. I'm at the final stretch of the game. Just gonna get my live stream up and running on my phone. Hello Jordy, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for yet another live stream of Resident Evil 7, and congrats again for completing the game. I hope you're enjoying the Resident Evil 2 remake on PS5. How is it? How is it in terms of frame rate and the 4K, HDR, all of that, 3D audio, haptic feedback, all of those lovely things. But how are you doing? How are you keeping? Hope you're doing well, and hope you enjoyed the live stream. So yeah, I'm on the final stretch of the game now at the moment. There was a couple of seconds now. Making sure I haven't forgotten anything. Oh, see, it's always good to go back. I've got burner fuel, so the game is kind of telling me maybe I should be bringing that with me. Nah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm glad you're keeping well, man, and I am doing quite well now. Thank you for asking. Excited to do another Resident Evil Village or 7 live stream. Oh, Magnum ammo. Nice. I'll put that back into the item box, but nice. See, that's why it always pays off to do that exploration, to do that double and triple check to see, you know, have you actually gotten everything in the area. Because I would have missed out. On those, well, it's only one Magnum ammo, so it's not exactly a whole lot now, to be honest. You don't get a whole lot of Magnum ammo in this game, really. It's kind of crazy. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stick to the weapons I have right now. Actually, I'm going to put the burner fuel. I'll put that away for now. Although, you know what though? No, actually, no. Let's actually take the burner with me. Yeah, complete reversal here now. I'm going to swap that out with the machine gun. Because I think the flamethrower is a nice kind of way of like taking out enemies while saving your ammo for your like shotgun and machine gun, you know, that kind of way? Yeah, let's go. And you know, everybody will play this game differently. And this is how I want to play the game right now. Let's burn some molded. Okay. Okay, that was a waste. That didn't exactly go according to plan. I just presumed, I hadn't played this game for a while, I presumed that using the flamethrower would be like, take them out so quickly, but that's not that's not how things went. Let's go back in, get rid of the flamethrower. Jesus, that's not going too well. Okay, so now I can actually take my... What did I have up there again? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, never mind. I thought I put in the machine gun, but I didn't. Inventory management. Actually, right, good to go now, good to go. Once I move this. Yeah. I'm waiting for Chad Middleton to join the live stream to tell me that the remake of Final Fantasy Crisis Core, I think that's the name of it anyway, is actually coming to Nintendo Switch, along with other consoles as well. I would bet my life on that happening. So yeah, don't know if are you a fan of Final Fantasy, Jordy? There was a Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary video there actually, just actually about a half an hour ago actually, or less. Yeah, half an hour ago. It was short enough. And yeah, they actually announced a remake of Final Fantasy Crisis Core. I never played that game before. It's basically like a spin-off of Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, and well, more importantly, the part 2 of the remake finally got announced, and it's going to be a PS5 exclusive. That's going to piss people off. I have not played any of them games. Cool. I've been a fan of Final Fantasy since the original 7, released on PS1 all those years ago. Really revealing my age right now. But I never actually played Crisis Core, so I might give it a go. And I'm definitely hyped for the part 2 of the remake. It's actually called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, interestingly enough. And they confirmed as well that there'll be 3 parts. There'll be 3 parts to the Final Fantasy VII remake project, as they've been calling it. So it's going to be a trilogy. Part 3 will probably get released on the PS6 or something. Oh god. I have to finish part 1 of the remake now, to be honest. But I'm doing very well. I've actually gotten quite far into it now. I mean, there's obviously a lot more to come. But was that a Magnum ammo or a machine gun ammo? It was machine gun ammo. So yeah, I bet you know, Jordy. Within the next 30 minutes, Chad Middleton is going to join the live stream, and he is going to announce that Final Fantasy Crisis Core is coming to the Switch. And again, me personally, I want to point out that it's coming to all consoles, not just the Switch. All right, let's head into the mines. Push the big red button. Get a good 3D audio effect there now. I'm going to point out every time I get a good... Oh god. Okay. Every time I get a good 3D audio experience, I'm going to point it out. Because obviously you can't really pick up the 3D audio when you're watching the live stream, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fantastic 3D audio there now. They definitely didn't experience that on a regular headset. It's the sound effect of the elevator lift door closing. Oh my god. I am slightly terrified now, to be honest with you. So this is where Lucas and the connections kind of, well, just particularly Lucas. This is where he kind of, you know, there's still parts of this game that confuse me. I'm not gonna lie, but this is kind of where Lucas was like touching base with the connections. So what I would really like now to see is a re-release of the very, very classic Resident Evil games on modern consoles, like current consoles. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, I remembered, I just come back to, you know, there's a lot of these crawling enemies in this area. But I've got 49 shotgun shells, so bring it on. And it's a pretty powerful shotgun as well at that, so yeah, again, bring it on. Booby traps, oh Jesus. You know you're in the Lucas area when you see booby traps around. Yeah. I might as well just take it out. Jesus Christ, Lucas. Boom. I'm ready. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm actually afraid to hit that because there's a glitch in the upgrade where you don't hear the ticking. And because it's a Lucas area, like it's areas full of booby traps. So yeah, thankfully there was no explosions in any of those crates. I actually like this area because this is the area where you learn about Evelyn, how she was created, her origins, and how she infects her hosts. This is what I love the most about Resident Evil games is the lore, but in particular the lore behind the infections and viruses and parasites and the organizations that create them and why they were created. One of the biggest things that fascinates me about the Resident Evil series. Oh, they really give me the Magnum ammo. You know you're getting to the end of the game when you see the Magnum ammo in a Resident Evil game. Oh, damn it. Wait. Don't know if that makes a difference, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. No, we just need to move. So I'm actually going to use. No, I'm going to keep those bombs. Keep those bombs. Jesus Christ. God, I'm fucking getting shivers, man. Goosebumps, man. This is the audio, man. Oh damn! I don't think I read that comment. Sorry. Have you played The Last of Us before? I have indeed. I got quite far into it, but never completed it. That game can get quite terrifying too, especially the stealth, the stealth parts of the game. Oh, I actually can't cope with this part of the game. In 3D audio, I just realised. Oh god. I should keep my shotgun for now and just use the enhanced handgun ammo. I presume you've played The Last of Us. Have you? If so, what are your thoughts on The Last of Us Part 1? Do you consider that a remake? I personally don't, to be quite honest with you. I think a remake is Resident Evil 1 on GameCube. That is a remake in my eyes, in my books. The Last of Us is one of my favourite games, such a great game. Cool. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the remake, or the so-called remake anyway. The Last of Us Part 1. How did I get lost in here? No, I never get lost in this part of the game. What's going on? That was the first time I've got lost in this area of the game. This is... Oh! There we go. Terrifying sound effects in this stage of the game. And 3D audio just doesn't get any less fucking scary, to be honest. Oh my god, I can't do this. It's just too scary. Anthony, whoa, IGN Final Fantasy stream is presented by the US Army. That shouldn't be allowed. They have nothing to do with gaming. What? I was watching on a mute on on Jeff Keighley's Game Awards YouTube channel. What do you mean the US Army? Which is IGN in particular? Or like advertising the US Army or something? That's wacky. But nonetheless, Anthony, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for another Resident Evil 7 on PS5 live stream. How are you keeping, Anthony? How's everything with you? And I hope you enjoy the live stream. See, I actually seen the presentation. Part 2 of the Final Fantasy 7 remake got announced. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, it's called. And a remake of Final Fantasy Crisis Core, which I never played, got revealed as well. Yeah, man, US Army presented by more or less. But what's this now? Is this to do with IGN or something? I didn't see anything about the Army on this. But I was like 10 minutes late. Damien, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, man. How are you keeping? How are you doing, Damien? And you are welcome to another Final Fantasy 7 on PS5 live stream. So yeah, hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy. Crisis Core, I think it's called Crisis Core, isn't it? Is getting a remake. I haven't seen it, but the insider, what the fuck guy, teased it. Ah, did he tease it? He got that right anyway. That's a W for him. Crisis Core remaster looks fantastic. I think it's a full-on remake by the looks of it, Anthony. Yeah, man, IGN stream. has the logo. Oh, I was wondering. I didn't watch it, and I watched it on Jeff Keighley's Game Awards YouTube channel. But that's crazy. IGN promoting the U.S. Army and everything. A Final Fantasy VII stream. Um, yeah, there was the what you call it, Damien. There was a what you call it. Square Enix presented a Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary live stream where they announced a few things, but in particular, more importantly, they announced Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is actually part two of the remake, and they also confirmed there's going to be three parts in total to that remake project, and also it's going to be exclusive to PS5. Again, so part two of the remake of Final Fantasy VII exclusive to PS5, and also the Final Fantasy Crisis Core remake as well. Oh, did I say that? I said welcome to Final Fantasy VII. Jesus Christ! See, that's all that Final Fantasy VII. No, it distracted me. It confused me. IGN saying it's a remaster rather than a remake. Yeah, and I bet they're calling The Last of Us Part 1 a remake too. The dirty cunts. Not looked to me like a full remake. Looked to me like a lot more of a remake than The Last of Us Part 1 did, that's for sure. Elliot, hi man, can't stay on too long. Got work in the morning, but we'll definitely be catching up on this streams. Thank you so much, Elliot. I really appreciate that. Absolutely no problem. Thank you so much, Elliot. Hope you're keeping well. Looks like a total remake to me. Yeah, definitely. Crisis Core remake is on Switch. Yeah, I was waiting for Chad Middleton to join the live stream. I can bet my life that Chad Middleton is going to join this live stream within next 25 minutes and be like, Crisis Core remake coming to Switch. Yeah, it's coming to Switch as well as all other consoles. Crisis Core is not for all consoles at launch. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was actually watching on mute. I was watching Fair City, Damien. I was watching the repeat of Fair City on television and watching the presentation on my phone on mute. But I don't know about that. I just seen the console logos at the end of the screen. So I don't know about exact release dates and anything like that. Insider, what the fuck said all consoles. Yeah, it's coming to all consoles. Did they announce Final Fantasy VII Part 1 for Xbox? Nope. Just for Steam, I think. What's your thoughts on the upcoming Resident Evil Netflix show? Absolute shit. From what I've seen and from what I've heard. No, Damien, as of yet. But Sony invested money in making the game, so I doubt it. Yeah, so part two of the remake is going to be exclusive to PS5, so I think it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation for quite a long, long time, that's for sure. But I can guarantee you, lads, that Chad Middleton will join the live stream very soon, and he'll be like, Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core, coming to Switch. But it's coming to all consoles. It didn't just get announced for Switch. It just, you know what I mean? It got announced for all consoles. Oh, you bastard! Damn it, anyway. Oh, shit. Shit. You know what? No, I'll just use 2 herbs instead of wasting. No, I'll just fuck it anyway. I'll just go on. They announced even more mobile, mobile games. Yay! So exciting. Yay! Yeah, they announced a few mobile games as well. Mobile. Yay! Oh no, this is the part of the game that I love, the ending part of the game. Well, the ending parts of the game. This is where you learn so much about Evelyn and what Lucas was up to, and I love this. It's my favorite part of Resident Evil is just reading about the lore of the game, and in particular when it comes to the infection and all of that kind of stuff. The alarm clock looks classy. It does. I've seen that actually. Switch is just as mobile as any phone that you can bring anywhere. Yeah, and it's a far better experience as well. to what you're getting on mobile. That's for sure. But it's fine because they announced that Final Fantasy Crisis Core Remake is coming to Switch. So I think people would prefer to have an experience like that on the Switch than some of the wacky mobile games that they showed at that event. Who closed that door? I didn't close that door. I'm terrified. Okay, so who's banging? Sent Friday, January 16, 2015, 12:42 a.m. Now this is, I see, I wish Supon was here because Supon was actually talking about this. I'll read the email and then I'll talk. I got my hands on the Steam Deck. You did? You got your hands on the Steam Deck? How? I actually forgot that even existed, to be honest. I actually forgot that was even a thing. Did you? Yeah, nobody I know has one either. Unlike the Switch, like I know good few people who actually have the Switch, like, but I know nobody who actually has the Steam Deck. I hear people like used to talk about it when it was getting announced, but it's just, yeah, I feel like it's dead already, like dead on arrival. Like it's cool for people who have it and who enjoy it. I'm not going to take that away from anyone, but yeah, it's not exactly setting the world on fire, that's for sure. Switch is 5 years on the market now, and it's got like a brand new Pokemon game at the end of the year. Kicked off this year with a new Pokemon game as well. It's going to have Bayonetta 3 this year, Splatoon 3 this year, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 this year. Mario Strikers Charge Football was number 1 in UK charts this week. I didn't buy it because I don't know, it doesn't seem to appeal to me. I know I enjoyed it on the Wii, but doesn't really appeal to me too much. And from the third party point of view, in terms of exclusivity, Mario and Rabbids as well, and all the other games that they're probably eventually going to announce anyway. 5 years into the market, but yeah, some fat guy delivered to me. You're taking the piss. Was it a Discord mod? I thought you were being serious. That's pretty funny. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clear and back to normal. She still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one too. So what you're seeing here is an email from Lucas to the Connections, thanking them for basically removing the, how could I put it, the connection between Evelyn and himself. So Evelyn doesn't have control over his mind and body anymore. Gabe Byrne. His name was Gabe or some shit. Gabe, the Discord mod. I'm bored of it already, Johnny. But trading value, not worth taking the hit on it for a game only out 7 days. Yeah, you should always think about your decision before you buy a game. That's why I didn't buy it. It wasn't appealing to me. I'm happy enough to play Monster Hunter Rise. Delighted that I actually finally got that game back into Monster Hunter again. I think I'm on the I'm almost on the 5-star village hunts at the moment. I love that game. Also, I'm back and play Cuphead as well on the Switch. So those are 2 Switch games that are keeping me going right now. I still have yet to get stuck into San Andreas as well. So I've got enough to keep me going on Switch. So I just don't know. Just Mario Strikers Star Football didn't really kind of appeal to me. You know what I mean? But I just keep it anyway. To be honest, Gabe Byrne. I wonder, did he ever get roasted because of his name? Actually, I'd say he did. No, I'd say he did. Yeah, probably got spit roasted too. Haha. It seems half-arsed, to be honest. Japan Mario sports games are continually. I didn't look too much into it in terms of what content it has and anything like that, but it just didn't appeal to me. There's something about it that doesn't say, "Hey, you've got to buy this game," you know? Mom and Dad are still totally under though. So he's saying that that Jack and Margaret Baker are completely under the control of Evelyn, unlike him. So the connection's actually removed. Remove that connection between Evelyn and Lucas, which you'll hear about more as we go through the ending of the game. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? Yes, yes, they did. It's kind of fit good. Gail Burns pit roasted. Turtles is brilliant. I actually, I see, I'm strange, as you both know. um, I hadn't watched. It's been a while since I watched the Turtles cartoons. I was hoping to kind of watch them all, and then get this new game. Is that weird? But I definitely want to get that game at some stage. I played the original arcade Ninja Turtles game, and I loved it. So that's a game that I definitely have to get at some stage. Friday, November 4th, 2015, 2:10 a.m. That bitch Mia is still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. I thought maybe Evelyn would get mad since Mia's her favourite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. So confirmation that Evelyn is a bioweapon here. Evelyn's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around, but it's a pain in the ass for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin is getting all wrinkly and she's getting grey hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. He's waiting for the Cowabunga collection. Yeah, I actually kind of am really in a way. I kind of want to play the original ones first and then go back and play the new one. That's actually what I want to do actually. Johnny is the turtle. Is the turtle of the vegan pizza? Probably. Probably the new ones. No, they've eaten vegan pizzas. They'll be all vegans. Tomato only. Johnny, Lent is well gone. Did you give up the diet? Oh, the diet is gone more or less. Like I wouldn't consider myself being on a diet anymore, but I'm still doing my exercise, my daily exercise, 30 minutes of exercise every day, 3 bottles of water a day, healthy lunch, like banana, soda bread, and the majority of my dinners are healthy dinners, but I have a takeaway like maybe once or twice a week. But yeah, as far as a diet is concerned, like there's no more diet. Like I mean, I do kind of treat myself from time to time now and stuff. So yeah, no more diet, thankfully, because it's been a year now. Like he was never obese. No, I was never really obese or anything like that. Just don't like my belly basically. Playing Zumba and the Wii. Yep, playing Zumba and the Wii, man, all the way. Green Hill Gaming diet plan. Yep. I should stream myself doing a Ring Fit Adventure. What if for the laugh? That would be hilarious. Supon would love that now, wouldn't he? Dear God. The 3D audio, lads, in this game is quality. Let me tell you, it's quality. Scary. Proper scary. Because it's hard to pick up. Obviously, you can't pick up the. What's that? Oh my God! Steroids. Chris Redfield has been here. Oh, what am I going to do now? I've got to get rid of something. I think I'll get rid of gunpowder. Honestly, yeah. I think I'll get rid of gunpowder. And I have a good look. Yeah, I have a lot of ammo here, so I'm going to get rid of the gunpowder. I'm going to take some steroids, like Chris Redfield would do. Redfield will be proud. Your max health increased. Lovely. Jubbly. I know, yeah. Just keep your ass crack in your pants. No, I'll whip it out. Right. Right front Sam. Johnny Speedo. Nah, man. I don't think a Speedo would work out well now for my bush. It's not even. I'm not even joking, like. Okay. Here we get to learn about Evelyn. All joking aside. Well, we can still joke away. Johnny Sins all the way. Johnny Sins all the way. Lobster, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for another live stream of Resident Evil 7 on PS5. How are you doing, Lobster? Hope you're keeping well, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. Alright, so we actually get to learn a lot about Evelyn here. And I mean a lot, so let's get stuck in. Okay. Glad you're keeping well, Lobster. Good stuff. This report details the symptoms that appear when the bacterium that grows inside of the E-series infects a human. Be sure to read this document thoroughly before dealing with the E-series weaponized assets, hereafter referred to as mold. So the enemies we've been facing throughout the game, they're mold, they're weaponized assets, which are part of the E-series, and this report is going to detail the symptoms of being infected by that mold. Johnny Sins staring in the night in Pakistan. Oh dear God, they're going to get me arrested. Good Christ. Corner Shop Part 2. Oh jeez. That's funny, Damien. Oh my God. Johnny Sins staring in the night in Pakistan. Oh my fucking God. Well, to be honest with you, no, man. I'd actually, no joking aside, man, I'd actually prefer that man than fucking my night in China, and I swear to God, not even joking. Dr. Sins will see you now. Dr. Sins will see you now. Good. Okay, so, initial infection. The mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself, and slowly takes over cells within the body, so it completely takes over the body eventually. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative ability. So that's why you saw Lucas Baker being able to grow back his hand. That's why Jack Baker kept on coming back after he was like sliced in half and everything. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects, and found that they were able to. Now, it's very important to understand that the person who wrote this, the people who wrote this document are the connections. He is ready for a fill-in. Oh God. Johnny Sins is ready to give you a fill-in. But it's very important to point out that the connections created Evelyn. It's the connections that wrote this document, and Mia is working for the connections. And look at the kind of people that they are. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects. That's the kind of shady organization Mia Winters was working for, and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. So then you have mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-series assets. So essentially Evelyn. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations, and soon comes under complete control of the E-series asset. Again, Evelyn. So this is explaining how, Mia was acting the way she was acting, Jack Baker was acting the way he was acting, and Margaret was acting the way She was acting. She started seeing things and hearing things. Heidenreich and Michael Cole one night in China. Oh, dear God. That's me having no sleep tonight anyway. I only know Michael Cole and China. But I bet Johnny's done worse than her. Done worse. No comment. No comment. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego, which is what happened to Jack and Margaret Baker. And then complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ from case to case. That's very important. Physical mutations differ from case to case. That would include Zoe Baker and Ethan, particularly Ethan, because Ethan actually got infected. No, Ethan actually got killed. Jack Baker killed Ethan, but it was actually the mold that brought him back. But he didn't completely transform or mutate, and Zoe Baker didn't completely mutate either, and Mia didn't. But unfortunately, Jack and Margaret did. Unfortunately. LBGZ Master, welcome to Green Hill Gaming. Thank you so much for checking out the live stream of Resident Evil 7 on PS5. Hope you're keeping well, and I hope you enjoy. Heidenreich swept Michael Cole into the WWE segment. He actually did though, Anthony. He actually did. Oh my God, man, it's absolutely fucked up. Honestly, like. So physical mutations differ from case to case, but as a result, in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength, containing a subject at this stage would be extremely difficult. Yeah, so just imagine trying to contain Jack or Margaret Baker, but there you go. But just in particular there, just how sinister the connections actually are. You know, they actually experimented on test subjects and they ripped their limbs out, like, you know. So more documents around here as well. So this is 10 minutes after Dose is dead. 12 minutes after Dose cell calcification. And this is the E neotoxin, E series dosage. This is basically what should kill the E00 series. Basically how to kill Evelyn, more or less. And this is 5 minutes after Dose vomiting. So there's a couple of more documents, I think, in this area. Johnny, remember I wanted to fight a totally security guard? I do. I remember that night very well. Vince is weird as fuck. He sure is, and apparently he's actually been investigated. But there's an official investigation going on about him, like, having a hush payment over him having an affair with a female wrestler. He would have ripped me to pieces. I would have paid for that match. Did they tell you to stop standing up because people behind you can't see? No, he was outside the hotel after the show. I remember that right. Okay, so this is the E necrotoxin. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-series bioweapon model. Used only for disposal of the E-series assets. The toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of the E-series cells into the necrotoxin container. So I know what I need to finally take out Evelyn, the most advanced biological weapon at that stage in the Resident Evil series. I would now argue that Rose will be the most advanced bioweapon in the series. Yeah, that was a funny night. I've got another document then over here. It's a pretty long document now, so buckle up, Teddy. Okay, so this. I like reading this because this is actually very, very interesting for me. Lots of deep lore in this that I feel could be connected, no pun intended, to so much, in past games and future games. So just bear with me as I have some fun reading this document. I was told to stop shouting TNA also. Did I actually tell you to stop doing that? Typical double. Okay. This project was instigated in 2000. That's very important. The year 2000. This is a year where the Umbrella Corporation were still in business. They were still operating. They were still actually actively developing bioweapons. Kind of would have been couple of months after the Code Veronica incident, but yeah, Umbrella Corporation were still active in 2000. Raccoon City had been destroyed. I suppose they were that's when Umbrella were starting to fold, more or less, but they were still technically in business. That is crazy, right? Like, just for shouting TNA, like, yellow security t-shirt guy, Jesus. As one of several concepts for the companies. Now, when I say companies, like, this is the connections, but I am absolutely, to this day, convinced that the connections is the organization. The organization is the opposing company to Umbrella that's first referenced in the original Resident Evil game. The company and organization that Wesker buys into and steals the research and gives it to the organization. The organization that Ada is working for, and it was Resident Evil 4 where you would hear a lot more of this organization. Ada would refer to it a lot as well. So I'm convinced that the connections is this organization, is this company. Company's NextBAS, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Isn't it just? I was a massive TNA fan. You are indeed. You are indeed. Initiative. Now, this is where things get interesting. Working with technical assistance, right, from HCF. So they were working with the HCF. Let me point out who the HCF are. The HCF are the militia of the organization that I mentioned previously. So this is confirmation right here that they were working with the militia, with their own militia. That's their militia. That's the organization's militia. And Wesker, Albert Wesker, was leading this militia. It was actually this militia that actually attacked Rockford Island in Resident Evil Code Veronica. Albert Wesker led the HCF into Rockford Island and attacked their base to get his hands on the Code Veronica, the T Veronica virus, and bring it back to the organization. So again, the HCF are the organization's militia. So if this company was working with them, it has to be the connections. It has to be the connections. 100% has to be the connections. Fascinating stuff. So Wesker played a part. Albert Wesker played a role. Because remember, Albert Wesker was actually a researcher for Umbrella. He actually trained in the Umbrella research facility on the outskirts of Raccoon City, along with William Birkin, under the leadership of Dr. James Marcus. So Albert Wesker was a researcher, right? So this to me tells me that Albert Wesker actually helped in the development of Evelyn. To be fair, it was probably better at the time. TNA was definitely better back then, that's for sure. It was really good matches and storylines, but now don't have anything at all. Even stopped watching UFC. You stopped watching UFC? That's a shocker, man. That's a shocker. Now, this is to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants en masse, basically utilizing a lot of combatants with minimal direct contact. So that would have been huge, right? This would have been huge. This would have been able to go into a battlefield, kill a lot of people without actually having to do anything. Nexus was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. Now that's interesting, because that would have been when the Umbrella Corporation folded. So maybe the organization was a bit scared to continue, considering that the threat of bioweapons and Umbrella got exposed to the world. Maybe they didn't want to go any further, so that's why it folded. Either that, or think about this, either that, now I did say it was later folded, not shortly folded, but later folded. Albert Wesker died around that time. Would that not be a wild fetch to say that the reason why the project was folded was because one of its main researchers, Albert Wesker, was dead? Just a thought. Ric Flair versus Air Stewardess from 2002. Make it happen. Make that match happen. Yeah, man, stop watching it. Just football, only sports. I am shocked that you don't watch UFC anymore. That's crazy. I stopped watching as well. All sports and entertainment has gone shite. Yeah, it's just gone like a cartoon show now at this stage. It's probably us all having been growing up. I don't think it's that. I think it's just the product is just complete shit, to be quite honest with you. So all assets were diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. So not only can this bioweapon kill a lot of people with minimum contact, right, but it can also turn enemy combatants into allies. I mean, that is huge. You can see the appeal that this project would have had. It's probably, now Albert is back in the Netflix show. He literally burned through Chris because he fucking Blake. Since this effectively eliminates the cost of not only POW handling, but also combat itself, because again, minimum contact, it's no wonder we had I'm going to say USA. I don't know why. Or was it BS? No. USA and even CHI. No, second, no. I'm trying to fill in. I don't know what that is. Wait, there's an S after that, so. I'm not sure what that is now. So it's no wonder we had something and even something's organization. What would that be now? Chomping at the bit to get on board. I would love to see that being filled in, whatever that is. But it obviously appealed to a lot of people, chomping at the bit to get on board. That volcano did so much, man. It acted like a Laszlo's thing. Brought him back to life as a black man. People think it's set after Resident Evil 5. Let me rephrase that. Idiots think it's set after RE5. What's your next purchase game? Or else an alternative reality. But RE never mentioned anything like that. No, they never mentioned anything like an alternative reality at all. Ever in the series. The upcoming Resident Evil Netflix series is just a load of shit, basically. And the people who are making it are just full of shit. And that's all that needs to be said about that show, basically. but there was absolutely no alternate reality, no multiverse. This isn't Marvel. You know, there's no multiverses going on in the Resident Evil series. You know, if they're saying they're staying true to the video games and they're saying it's based off the timeline and lore of the video games, well then let me tell you, Albert Wesker died at the end of Resident Evil 5 by being blown up by 2 rocket launchers from Chris Redfield and Sheva into a volcano. I may add, a white, Caucasian, blonde Albert Wesker. Right? I know apparently we're supposed to believe that he's now still alive in the year 2036, or even doesn't even matter because the beginning of the game is based. The beginning is like based on like 20 something. We're led to believe that Albert Wesker is somehow alive, somehow survived it, and came back as a black old bald guy. So it's just a lot of shit basically. But yeah, there is no multiverse or alternate reality in Resident Evil. Will you still watch it? Yeah, I'll still watch it. I was going to be Gotham Knights, but I'm unsure. You're actually unsure about Gotham Knights? Damn. I really have no idea what mine is, but I have... you have a massive back catalogue. Oh no, what? I thought you were going to say back. I have a backlog bigger than a horse knickers. I'm playing Control at the moment. Oh yeah, how's that going for you? That's a fantastic game. I love that game so much. The project would never have existed were it not for Discovery in... That would be... Let me just do something there, actually. Let me just spell that out, actually. R-O-M-A-N-R. I was going to say Romania, but it doesn't actually... R-O-M... I don't know. Something in it. Of... Mutamycet? M-U-T... that could be Mutamycet. The remarkably progressed Vicurant evolution fungus that we commonly term, alright, it's there, Mutamycet. So the name of the fungus is Mutamycet. But we know the connections discovered it. Gotham Knights needs more time in the oven. So you reckon it could do with a delay then? Some games could definitely do with a delay, like, you know. Actually enjoying it, but Alan Wake is better. You prefer Alan Wake? I've never played Alan Wake, actually. I actually need to play that game. Remember Johnny giving out that Control won Game of the Year and not Resident Evil 7? What? Remember Johnny giving out that Control won Game of the Year? Jesus, I don't even remember that. Control won Game of the Year. Okay, that is bizarre. That is bizarre. The fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce. Now this is fascinating, right? I just love how Evelyn was created. The fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce the Mutamycet genome, right, to a pre-stage 4 human embryo. So Evelyn is a hybrid of a human and fungus, and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability from the impractical and faulty series A through D to the perfected E series. Johnny voted something else for Game of the Year last year and snapped on Aria Village didn't win. Johnny's switching up every minute of the day. I know, yeah. I can never decide on what I think Game of the Year should be, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, man, the Game Awards 3 years ago were given out. You were giving out about a game you never heard. Was I giving out about Control, though? I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm guessing that the game one was Sekiro. Yeah, I don't remember. You said something about Control being Game of the Year. I was giving out that Control won Game of the Year. What the hell? I don't know. Be right back, no problem. I'm guessing the game was one. Yeah, I can't remember that now, to be honest. A common appearance was selected for the bioweapons, that of a roughly 10-year-old girl to ensure ease of blending in with urban refugee populations. I mean, that just fascinates me. I mean, I haven't even gotten like to the end of how Evelyn was created. That to me goes beyond anything that the Umbrella Corporation created in the early original Resident Evil games, you know? Tanjiro Kamado, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for another live stream of Resident Evil 7 on PS5. How are you keeping? Hope you're keeping well, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. Control was nominated. Was it nominated? I do not remember that. I just came to leave my like to help you. Thank you so much. That's much appreciated, Kamado. Thank you. That's it, Damien. Most websites had Control as Game of the Year. Yeah, I knew I couldn't recall that being Game of the Year. Like, the first E-series specimen named Evelyn has proven capable of secreting the mutamycete from her tissue at will. So that's how she's able to infect her hosts. It's also of note that Evelyn's mutamycete imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. That is why Evelyn has complete control of Jack and Margaret and Mia. So that's why, you know, Mia was attacking you at the beginning of the game. That's why she was doing all those things. That's why Jack and Margaret were doing all those things. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Evelyn achieves and maintains this control. But the working theory is that the vector is similar to the autoinducer pheromones used for aquarium sensing in... I can never read these big fancy words, man. Yeah, I don't know what bacteria. Evelyn's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. So once you start hallucinating, you know you are food. Everyone shush, this is how COVID was started. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Evelyn, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first, the phantom Evelyn appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. Again, that would explain why Mia attacked you at the beginning of the game. Evelyn caused it all. Yeah, it's all Evelyn's fault. Johnny, did you build your cardboard Resident Evil 7 Collector's Mansion thing? What? What in the name of... What cardboard Resident Evil 7 Collector's Mansion? Oh, I didn't get that. Bro, how much does a PlayStation 5 cost in the United States? Because in Brazil it's 5,000. 5,000? Jesus, that's insane. Well, I know that it's in Ireland. It's €400 for the version without the disc drive, and it's 500 for the version with the disc drive. And I presume it's around the same in dollars. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Evelyn's brainwashing effect. And by the time mental control is achieved, the mutamycete infection has progressed throughout the body's cells, and so the body blank, 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 blank. So a very, very sophisticated infection that goes beyond anything that Umbrella has done in the early Resident Evil games, and I love it. 5,000. I don't know much about currency, but that's insane, surely. I think we have one final document up here, then, and I think it talks about the actual mold itself and how it's created. Evelyn's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycella, the fungal flemens. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, they are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important though is that they exhibit strong survival instincts and will defend themselves fearlessly with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling these superorganisms the molded, made of mold and also molded as in shaped. So not only is she capable of infecting hosts with the mycet, the fungus, and get them to see things and hear things and do things, but she can literally create bioweapons on top of all that. You know, that's what I love about this game so much. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing something on samples of Evelyn's body tissue produces a unique fungicide serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify. I can't pronounce that. But if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. So that's why Jack Baker died straight away. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to would enhance its effect to extreme potency, becoming a compound we now call the E-neotoxin, which in every tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Evelyn's behaviour is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she were really their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as the theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest that she's making up for perceived lack of love in a quarantined upbringing, appearance love. So this, just the whole origin of Evelyn just fascinates me. It's far more fascinating than the origins of how the T virus was created and G virus was created, you know? Can you do me a favour? Could you say a Brazilian phrase that is here? I'll do my best. Mano vou ser como demônio a dificuldade do Brazil. And I completely slaughtered that. I do not speak Brazilian. Evidently. I think that was all the documents here. When it comes to Resident Evil, I always seem to miss one I like when you just picked up the document and it was just there to read. But now you can't actually do that anymore, which I actually don't know why they did that. And before the original Resident Evil games, where you just find the document, you read it, and it's there in an independent menu that you can just access at any time you want. What if you just want? One thing I always like doing when playing classic Resident Evil games was being able to go back and read them again. You know. Thanks. No problem. What was that in English? What did I just say? I'm scared now. What the hell did I just say? Okay, I'm gonna have to put a few stuff in here. Jeez, Jesus, there's a lot here, isn't there? Oh, I didn't use the steroids yet, did I? No, that's not your next proxy. Let me think. I'm going to get rid of the bomb. Thinking, I'm in deep thought, sorry. Inventory management, you know, it is tough. Is there a bag here? Did not give me another bag. No, okay, I was hoping to give me a bag, okay. Let's see, I kind of want to bring the grenade launcher with me as well, but I've got so many weapons, don't I? Do I have any other? I am going to actually put away handgun ammo for now. And I'm going to take the grenade launcher with me. Yeah. Okay, let's see how far we can get. But I'm actually not going to equip that yet, actually. I'm going to... really at the final moments of the game. Almost, actually. Not quite, but almost. Means, bro, you know how to lower Brazil difficulty. Oh, okay. Cool. Rightio. Let's go. This is actually where you go. This is where Chris Redfield goes to confront Lucas. Fuck. Damn it. Oh fuck, I'll just leave it there for now. What's that? Oh, they keep giving me bombs. I don't really care about bombs. Bye man, good live. Thank you so much. I will hopefully I will see you in the next live stream, and thank you so much for dropping by the live stream. Everyone's singing away. Oh god. Oh, so you've been chased by all the... Shit. Shit. Yeah, that's how it's done. Supon. Haha, joke. Still have a bit more to go. Uh-oh. Well, let's try it again. We're dying this time. What the fuck, like? And it's close. Wait, isn't there supposed to be booby traps on the ladder? I don't see any. Oh, that's Madhouse difficulty, isn't it? Which I completed. and took down the farmer Jack Baker. Great combat now. As when you're good, you're good. No iron box. Can I go back? Oh, got it. Well, shouldn't be a problem. She's not particularly too hard anyway, Evelyn, so should be okay. Oh, I have the Magnum. I just didn't bring any rounds with me. That's great, isn't it? But I have like how many is that? 4, okay. Enhanced handgun ammo. All right, let's take on Evelyn. Let's do this. There's Evelyn's chair. Your shitty doll. I don't have time for your shit, Evelyn.
I'm sure of it. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone!
It's kind of cool how you go back to the beginning to end the game. Hello, Evelyn. You gonna die.
This is your fault.
Why am I seeing this?
Ethan,
Okay.
it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
So what you're actually seeing right now is the truth. What Mia Winters would have been experiencing. Like, she could see Evelyn. Evelyn was telling her to do these things. She, as the biological weapon, which I explained earlier, she was able to control Mia's mind and body to get her to do what she's doing now.
But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts!
Does it want to be my daddy? Then he can die. Now it's Mommy's turn to kill you.
Help! Ethan, help me!
Good old Mia. Crazy Mia. Did Ethan yeah, he actually died the second he meets Jack Baker for the first time up in the attic. when he punches him and says, "Welcome to the family," he actually beats him to death. He dies, and it's actually the pneumomycete, the mold, the infection that actually brings him back to life. But he is one of the few people, subjects, that actually doesn't completely transform, but he is still infected completely. No, it's Mommy's turn to kill you. We should have got it from the line alone. Yeah, that's actually very true. That's actually, apparently there's been a load of different references to Ethan being dead actually in the game. So that's actually very true. And Thomas, welcome to Green Hill Gaming for my live stream of Resident Evil 7 on PS5. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoyed the live stream. So it's actually pretty cool to see that the developers knew that Ethan was actually dead, and they were kind of trying to sneakily kind of tell us that and show us that, you know. That is pretty cool, though, isn't it? See, so the immunomycete, it infects people differently. Unfortunately for Jack and Margaret, they got completely infected. As far as they got completely transformed. They were completely transformed physically. Whereas Ethan didn't experience any physical transformations, but he still had the regenerative capabilities. Come back here, Evelyn.
You're gonna be one of us. And then maybe you'll play nicely.
I'm not playing.
No! Get that away from me!
At this stage, Ethan is very, very deeply infected. There's just giant dolls appearing for no reason.
I don't want to hurt you.
Leave me to die! Leave me!
Ethan's death was sad. It actually really was, Jordy. When you find out that he was dead already, though, that was really scary. But this part here is really sad. Because you come face to face with the real Evelyn. No more hallucinations. This is the real Evelyn.
Why does everyone hate me?
So she aged rapidly because she wasn't kept under control. Because she wasn't under the care of the connections anymore. So now she's completely mutated. This right feet is almost here. Jesus. I actually love how it's Chris Redfield also. It saves him. And it's actually Albert Wesker's gun. Well, it's modeled after Albert Wesker. That is the end of Evelyn. Although we know that her legacy would live on in the womb of Ethan's wife, Mia, Rose Winters. Now this part here, when I first experienced it, it blew my mind. The audio is fantastic. Redfield. Chris Redfield saves you. Like, I loved that. I still love it. And Mia is still alive?
Did I?
Wait for it. Umbrella. Fucking Umbrella,
They
like.
say that when one door closes, another opens. Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was. But not just for me. Me and I weren't the only victims here. So were the Bakers. It was that thing, Evelyn, who made them that way.
Umbrella Corporation, like, I was like, what the fuck is going on here, like.
And these guys are here to clean up the mess.
But apparently they were new Umbrella.
They just
Formed
got the
by...
charge of losing me. And now she's back and wants to start over. Put all this behind us. Maybe this is where the next door opens.
Formed by past members of the Umbrella Corporation that were... Apparently they were, like, trying to... They were trying to do good with Umbrella. And they wanted to reform Umbrella and, like, fix the mistakes of its past. To clean up the mess left behind by bioweapons. And they actually hired Chris Redfield to track down Lucas Baker.
Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey that everybody's dead.
Fantastic ending as well,
Raised in a deep, dark hole.
like with the credits, like.
A prisoner with no parole. They locked me up and took my soul. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey.
It's like a Netflix intro, isn't it?
Tell Aunt Rhodey.
What if Jack Baker... Wasn't it? Yeah, Jack Baker killed Ethan at the very beginning of the game when he meets him for the first time. So he's actually dead the whole time. But it's just how advanced the Mutamycet is. It has different effects on so many people.
She'll run to him like he's the one. His arms outstretched, but when she's done, he'll be torn apart. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey that everybody's
That actually reminds me of a Netflix intro, like, it really does. What if Albert Wesker deliberately infected himself with the Mutamycet? Maybe there's a particular blood type, maybe there's a particular genetic code, genetic type, a bit like the G virus, really, that you need to have for this Mutamycet to bond with you. You know how the G virus can bond, like the way the G virus bonded with Sherry Birkin, and she functioned as a perfectly normal child and woman. You see her in Resident Evil 6, she's perfectly functional, but she actually is infected with the G virus. So what if Albert Wesker, because we do know that his team, the HCF, actually helped to develop the E001 series. So what if he knew this, deliberately infected himself with it, and actually survived the incident at the end of Resident Evil 5, and didn't come back as a black old bald guy, but you know the way, like, you literally you literally 2 seconds there. The audio is a bit too loud. I can't hear myself talk. But you literally sliced Jack Baker in two with a chainsaw, and he comes back. So what if Wesker is still out there? Just a wild, one of my many wild theories that goes nowhere in the end. Does Chris kill Lucas in the DLC? Yeah, he does indeed. Because even though it came out ages ago, I don't think I finished it. Well, you're going to like my next live stream then, because I'm actually going to be playing every bit of DLC in this game. Every bit of DLC. And I'm going to be starting with Not a Hero, because it actually takes place directly after the events of the main game. So you will be looking forward to that live stream. That will be, well, it won't be tomorrow night. But that will be soon. That will be soon. Crazy to see so many people involved in video game development nowadays. There's just so many positions. It's absolutely insane. Like, I mean, technical, artists, quality assurance, translators, all different types of companies that specialize in, like, there used to be a time where like games were designed by just the actual like development team, but now like there's just so many companies that are hired out, like, and dedicated animation companies, you know. Just, it's insane to see so many people like working on it. Like, I get on better for you, because again, Wesker was a researcher, right? He had extensive knowledge in researching, you know, these types of infections, viruses and parasites and whatnot, right? What if he could get the power of Evelyn? That's one fear. Everyone has been infected by her, right? Eden may have survived, not survived, Eden may have come back to life, right? But how many people actually managed to get her power? What if Wesker has her power? Allowed himself to be, I don't know, maybe even being killed by it, came back, and has the power of Evelyn to be able to control the bodies, to be able to control somebody's mind and body, and have the power of it as well. Wouldn't he be mental in Shadow of Rose if Wesker actually kills her? What a comeback for Wesker to kill off Rose Baker like that. Because not only would you have a comeback, but you'd be basically you'd be reminded of who Albert Wesker is. Probably one of the most iconic villains of the entire video game series, but Resident Evil in general. Because hear me out now. So the Mega Micet, which Rose steps into, is this. It's a collection of consciousness. Anyone who has died at the hands of the Micet, their consciousness, not dies at the hands of the Micet, but just dies. Basically, the village is connected to the Mega Micet, right, through roots of the Micet. Keep up now if you can. So anyone in that village, their consciousness once they died was put back into the Micet. But what if Wesker was in the area, right? What if Wesker was in the area and the connections were doing what they were doing, right? Okay, basically what I'm trying to do is, what if he is in the Micet, or the Mega Micet or something, I don't know. And like, he finds a way out or something. I don't know, I'm just talking shit here, but it would be crazy if he did come back like that and killed off Rose Winters. Would they just be mental? And they have the original voice actor back as well. And you think like, what a twist it would be, right? Because you just get to the end of the DLC, you fight whatever weird boss you fight, whatever, you think it's the end. And then you just hear, right? There's the original voice actor. So, so you're Rose Winters, you know? And then he just puts his hand right through her chest and rips her heart out. And he said something like, I don't see what all the fuss is about. You know, or something like that anyway, I don't know. I think that would be mental. Never gonna happen though, but I'll keep it in my head nonetheless. I think they're gonna have to bring back Wesker at some stage. I mean, I don't care, man. If Jack Baker can be sliced in two with a chainsaw, I think there's hope for Albert Wesker. You know, I really do. And if Alexia, or not Alexia, if Alex Wesker can transfer her consciousness into Natalia after being shot and killed, then again, there's hope for Albert Wesker yet, you know? Oh, I forgot this game has a lot of credits actually, doesn't it? Oh, I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm definitely going to have to take a break tomorrow anyway from the live streams at night time anyway. Maybe I might be able to squeeze in a live stream sometime in the afternoon or the evening or something. Do you actually notice that game companies don't thank the players that much anymore? Some people do, but not all. They just thank these random people that you never heard of. And they thank themselves too. Thanks to everyone at Capcom. What about thanks to the people who've played the fucking game? Like, come on, like. Look at all these companies, that's insane. Global Promotion Manager. You know, it was nice too how the game ended with your character flying away in a helicopter. Resident Evil Village definitely pays so much homage to the original Resident Evil in so many ways. I had forgotten about this part actually. Lucas Baker. That's what it actually is. It's teasing. Never mind my playtime now, because I always like to explore. I've enjoyed watching the Resident Evil streams. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. There's a lot more to come. I'm going to get stuck into all of the DLC that this game has to offer, and then I'm going to move on to the 2 and 3 remakes. So lots of Resident Evil content to look forward to. Now, in between, I may play other games too. I do have one game. It's not in major. Don't worry, it's not in major. I was going to stream one game tonight, but I decided to finish off the main story of Resident Evil 7. But yeah, I'll do other streams in between, like. But definitely a lot more Resident Evil content to look forward to. Again, don't take any notice of my stats. I don't care about stats. I never cared about stats. I've never completed a classic Resident Evil game in under like 4 hours or 3 hours. I just don't care. I don't play video games like Resident Evil to be competitive. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's not an esport. You know, I know speedruns exist, but to me it just doesn't matter. You know, it just doesn't matter. But nonetheless, 12 hours, 11 minutes and 58 seconds playtime, 8 restarts, Mr. Everywhere 8, was it 13 or 20? I thought I got more than that. Antique coins, 12, there's 18 antique coins. Jesus, man. Files obtained 28 out of 32. Item box opened 62 times. Healing items used 39. Stabilizers used 1 and sterilize used 4. There's even more, is there? I'm happy enough with that. And there you go. So once you complete the game, you actually unlock a Madhouse difficulty, which I think I actually got automatically because I actually got the deluxe edition of the game. But nonetheless, I do have the Albert. No, so it will be added to the item box in the main game. And you'll also get the secrets of defense as well. Which I actually got I lost my copy of the original game. Additional free content and not a hero. Download for free via more menu. I remember waiting for that to come out when the game first came out. So I think I can actually do it from here actually. Oh no, it brings it directly. I'll download it tomorrow now some other time. But yeah, there you go. So that is hold on a second. What's this? Convert save data from your PlayStation 4 system. So I haven't downloaded onto the. I have saved data on the cloud, but I haven't actually downloaded it. Please ensure the saved data you wish to convert is saved on the PlayStation 5 console. If you convert saved data to the PlayStation 5 console, then any existing saved data will be overwritten. Nah, I'm happy enough. I was just happy enough creating new saved data. So late now, anyway, because I've completed the game already. But there you go. Now that is Resident Evil 7's main story on PS5. So just to kind of let's go back over some of the PS5 features. I mean, it does look amazing on PS5 from the point of view of the HDR. Like, you know, the colors really do stand out a lot more in HDR. As far as the resolution, it's obviously a lot more sharper in 4K, to say the very least. So yeah, visually, it's definitely a lot more prettier. It's not a remake, you know, by any means. It wouldn't even be considered a remaster. It's just basically Resident Evil 5 Resident Evil 7 on PS5, more or less. 3D audio, fantastic. There's just times there like where you just can hear the sound. It's like right beside you or even right behind you at times, which terrified me earlier on in the live stream. It's got adaptive triggers, which is noticeable, particularly with the machine gun. And haptic feedback is not really used that much, but it was nice to go back and play Resident Evil Village, his main story, but there's a lot more to look forward to, because I'm going to get stuck into everything this game has to offer, and then we're going to go straight on to 2 and 3. So everyone, thank you so much for watching the live stream. As always, that's much appreciated. Really hope you enjoyed, and I'm glad you enjoyed, Jordy, and I hope everyone else enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to get some sleep now.